Hello, everyone, and welcome to an all new episode of Faux Real. I am Devlin Wilder. Welcome back to the show. On this program, I welcome artists from across pop culture and the entertainment industry to share in some laughs and have an open, honest, organic conversation about anything we like. And on what I'm going to be calling Marvel Monday, I am stoked out of my mind to have a conversation with my very good friend, Lori Livingston, who has a guest appearance in the finale of Wandavision, the biggest show in all the land. And let me tell you, as a big, huge nerd and a fan of all things Marvel and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this was an absolute treat. It was so much fun speaking with Lori about her journey of getting the role and being on that set and working with Randall Park and Teyonah Parris. I am so excited for you to hear this conversation, and so I won't waste any more of your time. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Enjoy my conversation with Lori Livingston. Hello.
Hi.
So good to see you.
It's good to see you. I'm proud of you. Look at you.
You're proud of me. Good Lord. I'm proud of you. My
look
goodness.
at you.
Oh my goodness. This is exciting. I mean, you did the thing, and I am just living vicariously through your excellence, through your amazing performance, through your listen. I mean, okay, we got to do the official intro here. I would like to welcome actress, model, now a scroll in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Lori Livingston. Thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you.
You know, I don't know if we've ever had an actual conversation. I mean, we've talked through social media many times, and we've kept up with each other's careers and each other's lives and sort of checked in with each other. And I knew from the moment I started talking to you, I was like, she is skyrocketing straight to the top. I can't wait to see it. It's happening any moment. And here it is. This is it. You are a part of the biggest show in the universe right now. And okay, let's jump right into it. I saw that you posted on your Instagram that Marvel came to you.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yes. So now before I met you, do you remember when we met each other?
I was trying to remember exactly when, because I know we've floated around each other's circles so many times.
I'm gonna tell you. It was that photo place. It was like held downtown. It was like this place where you could take like all these pictures. I forget, it had like a special name to it, but it only comes around like once a year. And you took my picture. I was in like this glitter pit, and you took the picture. You did the video. You did the video of it when I threw the glitter up in the air and was like,
wait, we met at Candytopia?
Wait, there's another one. What's the name of the other one? It comes like once a year. It's like all photo stuff, makeup. It's like
it was a pop-up. Oh, yeah. BeautyCon.
Yes.
It was at BeautyCon? Oh my God. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And you were there, and you graciously helped me to do, because I was literally the first person there, because when I showed up, no one had come yet. So I was the only for like an hour. I was like the only in the entire place. So I literally went everywhere, and you were gracious enough to like help me, because you were at the stand where the lips were, and you took these pictures of me posing on the lips, and then another shot in that crystal ball or the glitter ball.
Right.
And the glitter pit, and I threw. Yeah, I still have that video.
Oh my God, that's
I know, right?
insane.
I know.
Wow, I had so much fun at that pop-up. I went on a whole string. I worked at like 7 of those things in a row before, the
Yes.
situation that we're in happened.
Yeah.
But that was like the
2000.
second or third. See, I thought we had started communicating before that.
No, no, it was BeautyCon.
I
It
feel like I've known you for 20 years, Lori.
was.
You know? Wow, BeautyCon. Yeah,
Yes,
that
because I had
that was.
hair. I had platinum hair at the time,
Oh wow.
literally platinum blonde. And I got some amazing pictures, by the way. That place is incredible. I don't know if they still do it, but it's incredible. Seriously.
Yeah, like the essence of its creation, the pop-up was there, and
Mhm.
then it no longer exists. It faded into the ether, you know.
And if you get
Just
pictures,
just
lucky.
just like the ending moments of WandaVision,
Yeah.
everything is
Okay.
dissipated, right?
So, so they came to me. I was a scroll. I am the original scroll. So I shot Captain Marvel 2018. So I got picked up, and it wasn't like a major role. It was literally like just kind of like a featured background, And we were basically the family member of Talos and his queen. We were like the remaining, like the only ones who survived. So when he was trying to save his family in that movie, they were making a name for themselves. So we didn't know if scrolls were good or bad. This was literally the very first time scrolls were ever seen on TV or on the big screen for Marvel. So this was a big deal. So I am literally the original scroll. Okay. Now, in Captain Marvel, I was technically 3 characters. So I was a lower class Hala. So when you see the movie, in the first 10 minutes of the movie, when Captain Marvel is with Jude Law and they're in like the little metro, I'm standing right behind her, giving her a dirty look. Like I'm totally giving her like this, like I'm snubbing her, like, and that was what they were told me to do. But in that movie, her best friend and Captain Nick Fury, basically, they rescue us. They rescue us and they take us back to our planet. So that was the whole premises of Captain Marvel. So now, fast forward to August of 2020. So we're in the middle of this pandemic. Life is falling apart as we know it. And we're all just kind of surviving, right? And I get a phone call from that same company that hired me the first time. So they're like, "Hey, do you mind doing, a reprise of your character for Marvel?" And I'm like, absolutely not. Like,
Hell no, I don't want to do that. That
yes,
sounds terrible.
I
No.
turned down. I turned the job down. I said no. I
You
literally
guys
said
can get bent.
yes, yes. Because it's just like, well, what happened was we got the job. We got tons of money. We made tons of money, but we didn't get credit. So when you look at the movie, you won't see our names. Like none of the scrolls, the original scrolls. There's 9 of us total. The original scroll group of people, you won't see our names mentioned at all. And they totally snubbed us, and we were just like, why?
I
Like
remember because I looked for you and I was
yeah,
like, those sons
where
of.
is he? Exactly. So I didn't understand why, and I don't feel like it was Marvel's fault per se. I believe it was like, just kind of bad representation of the company that sent us. So they just kind of gave us a bad deal overall, to give a better deal to Marvel. They gave us a bad deal as the actors. So, and it was
Lori,
not.
I'm so upset for you. I've talked about it so many times on this show, and I won't rant because I'm sure that the listeners are just sick and tired of me talking about it. But I've been burned so many times.
Yes. Yes.
There was, I don't know if I've brought this story up or not, but uh, there was there was this show where I was hired I was hired to cosplay Leonardo from the newest iteration of the Ninja Turtles, right?
Okay.
And it was all 4 of us turtles, and I was hired through like a mascot company, like a company that does specifically cosplay for children's parties and all that kind of stuff. I've done it a million times. I was excited. I love the Ninja Turtles. I mean, I love the Ninja Turtles. So I was stoked out of my mind. And so when we showed up, it was a television studio,
Yeah.
right? And so we ended up shooting this episode of this Spanish language, like late night talk show. And I I was like, okay, do I say something or not? Am I gonna be that guy?
Yeah.
Because it went from being hired as one thing to a totally different thing. Now, none of us spoke. We were
Yeah.
all non-speaking characters, but
Yes.
that was irrelevant. As you know you know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we were hired as, as promotional for a promotional event essentially, and we ended up working on a talk show, and I worded it as professionally and calmly as possible to the cosplay company, and I said, we were actually hired for a TV show. We need extra compensation, like, and it got very murky.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They don't like that.
No, they hate that.
Don't like
They hate that when you do that.
Oh yeah. So my gripe was not against Marvel, but it was against the company who basically, they didn't give us a good deal. They pretty much let us be on the biggest movie of our time, basically, at that time. And we were significant. Like, we were a very significant role in that movie, We weren't just kind of like passerbys in the street. Like, we were literally with the actual, role, like the principal. We were actually their family. We spent hours shooting with Samuel L. Jackson and all the other Talos, like hours, days.
That's so cool.
We were constantly shooting with them. Like, it was like day in, day out. So we didn't realize we were kind of taking a raw deal, until we went to the premiere for Captain Marvel. And when we got there, our names were nowhere to be found, and that was really heartbreaking. So when they came back to me, when the agency came back, I was like, absolutely not, like, no. I thought it was just more of the same,
Right.
I had no idea that this as big as
Understandable.
it was. So
Yep.
I thought about a day, like a day or two. I thought about it and was like, you know what? It's Marvel. Like, it's Marvel. Like, so what? Like, okay, even if they screw me again, not Marvel, but even if this agency screws me again, whatever, I'll just do it.
Right.
And thank God I did. Thank God I took that chance and went back and I auditioned. Everything was super top secret. I had to audition privately, like we're doing more. What are they called? Self tapes. We're doing a lot more
Right.
self tape.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do that on my own, but I had to completely audition on my own. So there was no one to like feed the lines to me. I had to say I had to audition completely alone. Everything was super top secret. I could say nothing. I could, like, immediate NDA. Like, I could say absolutely nothing.
No doubt. Yeah.
So from August until you saw it just this past Friday, I was sitting on that secret of being a Skrull.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Obviously, if anyone ever asks if you can keep a secret for the rest of your life, you're like, let me just tell you.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
And everybody's like, oh well, if you have an NDA, of course you're going to keep a secret. Oh yeah, that definitely plays a
Some
big
people
factor.
break them though. That's why they have them.
That's true. But I genuinely wanted people to be surprised. I wanted the reactions. I wanted people to really be like, holy crap. Like, like, I knew it was a big deal. I knew this was very powerful. So I'm like, I don't want to ruin that, So I sat on it. I said nothing for what, 8 months? So how long was that? August, about 8 months or so?
Every
It was a long time.
Every single episode I was watching and just going, oh, when is she going to show up? When is she going to show up? And then, you know what? I thought when Monica was talking about this engineer that she was going to see, and which exploded the internet on all the theories. Everybody thought it was going to be Blue Marvel, and I'm like, I bet it's Lori. I bet it's Lori. And then it was, it was another great actress. She was great, but it didn't lend itself anywhere else. And I thought, that's strange. Okay, yeah. Well, all right, I'll let it go. And then there you are coming in at the final moments. And it was mind blowing. It was surreal. It was. I mean, I'm just talking about it as a viewer.
Thank
I
you.
can't even imagine. Like, how did it feel to be in that room to act with Teona? Tell me all about that.
So the first day when you see me walk up to her, that was day one when we were outside. That was day one shooting. So that was a week early. And then a week later, we came back and we shot the rest of it because she had to fly back to like Atlanta and do some other things. They were trying to wrap up Captain Marvel because COVID had hit and it just kind of stopped production for everything. So they were like, what? Like, this show should have come out months ago prior to when it did come out,
Right.
but everything, was placed on hold. So she had to go back to, I believe she said New York. So when I first met her, I was nervous. Like I was just like, oh my, like I literally was thrown right into it. Like I had my lines, I had everything. There was no real rehearsal. I just kind of went straight into the character. And I was completely nervous because I mean, these are all, I'm a Marvel fan. Like I'm just as much of a Marvel geek in this whole thing as everybody else
Yeah.
is. So when I got there, the first person I saw was Captain Wu. And he just kind of was like, hey, so I'm sitting backstage with them. We're all like in our little holding area. It was like 1,000 degrees that day. It was so hot
Ooh.
shooting. It was so brutally hot that day. And we were sitting, all of us were like sitting under these fans, kind of like kumbaya, because it was so hot in there. And I kept looking for Wanda. I was like, where's Wanda? But she had already finished her scenes for the day, for the season.
Oh,
Yeah, her and
wow.
they were done. They were completely done. So all that was left was Agatha wasn't even there. So I'm assuming by that point, all the three main characters were gone. So it was all the other characters, Herb, the girl Dottie, the other female, the other gentleman, like all the remaining cast were all there except for Wanda, Agatha, and Vision. None of them were there, and the kids
Wow.
weren't. So yeah, but it was
Right.
literally real. Like I'm looking
But
at these.
you got to work with Randall and Teona,
Yeah,
which is absolutely
yes,
fantastic.
yes.
Randall has just exploded over the last 5 or 6 years. I watched his was Fresh Off the Boat, the sitcom that he did,
Yes, yes.
and then his amazing appearance in Ant-Man. Just so great, so
Mhm.
great.
They were very friendly, very nice. Like I think they knew that I was nervous because they had been shooting for months, So they were like a fine-tuned machine. They had it all down. They had the rhythm. And then here comes this, virtual no name. Like who's this girl, And there was a little bit of that, like, well, where did she come from? Who are you?
Sure.
So we were all trying to figure out each other, like, okay, well, what is your piece of the puzzle? So we were literally putting the puzzle together ourselves, like, okay, well, my character is this, and okay, so who are you? Okay, well, my character's that, so oh, okay, well, this makes sense that you would work with you and you would. That's how Tiana and we literally pieced the puzzle together, just sitting there off camera. We figured it out, like, oh wow, you're the okay. And so and just kind of start putting the pieces together. And
Right.
she was super supportive. You can't see her face in the scene when we get into the theater, but she's totally cheering me on. And that
Oh,
yeah, that was heartwarming for me because I'm the newbie, I'm the new face, I'm the new girl. So and she was literally like yeah, like, as I'm delivering my lines to her, which you couldn't see her, you could only see my face, but she's totally like, yeah, you nailed it, like you got it. That was brilliant for me. Like I needed that the most. So it
that's
was
incredible.
amazing. It was amazing. But the best person to meet was Matt Shackman. Matt,
Oh yeah.
Matt Shackman. He is. I feel like uh, he's like a kid with a bunch of living, breathing toys that he has at his disposal to play with. And he enjoys it, like he lives it. And I think that's what makes Marvel so amazing. He loves it. This isn't just a job to him. This isn't just something he has to do. This is literally like he's playing with these living, breathing toys and he's bringing them to life for you. He's telling this amazing story for you. Like he genuinely loves what he does. He was so awesome, genuinely awesome. And I came in, I was just like, oh, Matt, he's like, Lori, welcome. He just welcomed me with open arms. And I was like, you're so awesome. He was like, no, you're awesome. I'm like, no, you're awesome. No, really, you. Not me.
Wow.
So cool. And they were just fascinated. The whole crew, everybody was just fascinated because I had to turn into the scroll. So this was the first time this group of Marvel people were able to see a scroll up close, because Captain Marvel, we were running all over the place. So, you had the star, he was a scroll, the leading lady, she was a scroll, then you have 9 other people. So we were everywhere. Then you have the stuntmen, the stunt doubles, those people, they're all scrolls, the stand-ins, they're like kind of, doing the same thing just to kind of stand in. So we were everywhere on Captain Marvel. But in this case, I was literally the only scroll in the room. So none of them actually saw one up close. So they were like kind of touching my head a little bit, They wanted to touch the
Sure.
as much as we could, because it was COVID, but they wanted to touch, and just kind of see what it felt like. But I have a piece of my scroll prosthetic.
Do
I
you?
have.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you like to see it?
Absolutely.
Give me just a second. So this was the last day that we shot. And here is my script.
Oh,
that's the actual script. This is my little piece of my scroll skull. That's the piece. This is the thank you gift that Matt Shackman gave us. This is thank you to the, you can see that. Thank you to the crew. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And letting us know that it was Wandavision.
Holy crap. That's incredible.
I just framed everything. They gave us WandaVision socks. So we have sock characters. Yeah.
Wow.
Matt he gave us all socks and chocolate. I think he gave us candy. Oh yeah, we got chocolate bars of all of the characters were on their faces were imprinted on the chocolate bars.
Wow.
It was incredible. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm greedy, so I ate it, right? I gotta save this. I ate it. Sorry, I'm greedy. Sorry.
I would have gold plated that shit.
I know. You can't. So at least I have the scroll head, like the piece of the prosthetic, but the chocolate was gone in like less than a day. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. And they were huge. Like they were like chunks, and it was Wanda. It was, Monica Rambeau. It was Vision. It was Agatha, I guess. But yeah, they literally made little chocolate bars of each of the characters. So I ate them. Sorry.
I mean, I don't care. You do you. I would have played it totally differently though. I would have kept, I'm such a set hoarder. I really am. And I've got so many knickknacks and little keepsakes that I'm a klepto. I can't help myself. I'm like, I got to remember, everything about this experience, even the really cheesy stuff that I've done.
Yeah. And we downplay that. But at the end of all of this is memorabilia, I'm not going to sell this. This is going to go to my grandkids, and just kind of pass down like, hey, Mom, I'm literally making, and a lot of people don't notice, but I'm literally making Marvel history.
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
I'm the first and the only African-American scroll.
Oh, Lori,
I'm the
oh my only. God. How amazing.
I know. And I told Matt that. I'm like, I'm the first and the only original scroll that's African-American. I'm the only one. And as I'm the first Black woman to be an alien in the MCU.
Yes. If it wouldn't blast out my listeners' eardrums, I would clap super loud for you right now, because that is such an incredible position to have. It's so powerful. Not only what you are, not only what you are speaking for by having that position, but all the incredible things that's going to help you do in your life and your career. And so, all right, I know, because we've talked a lot how much of a Marvel fan you are. And So how much about the show did you know before going in, besides backstory and character lore that you obviously already knew from all of your nerd knowledge?
Nothing. Nothing. Marvel is very good at keeping secrets.
Right.
They give no details, they give no information. You know, they literally want you to come in. So actually, what I loved about that was it makes you and your character authentic. When you come in, you're not coming in with the foreknowledge of, okay, well, this is going to all be, you know, like you have no idea. So when they're acting out their parts, they're literally acting from their hearts, that part. So when you see now I'm saying this, go back and watch it again, because now you're going to see exactly what I'm saying. We have no idea what's coming next. So we're acting like from a genuine place. Like it's a genuine, like we're just going to play it out like you would day to day. You know, you just live your life day to day. You don't know what you're going to do 10 years from now, you know, next week from now, you don't know. So it's the same thing. We had no knowledge of what was coming next. At least I didn't. And just judging by our conversation with Tiana, she kind of had an idea, but we weren't totally sure. We weren't totally sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So your credit,
Yeah.
wherever it exists now across the internet, is already has the reveal as a scroll agent. Were you given an actual agent name?
No, they just wanted to keep me scroll agent. So I
Okay.
was completely top secret, um, even to the actual crew. So when I came in, like I said, they were kind of like, who are you? You know, what are you doing? So like when you saw me outside as the human being, the actual crew that was there that day, with the exception of Tiana, they had no idea what I was going to do next. They didn't know what I was going to be. They just saw a human being. And then when I went into the theater, that day was only Tiana and I shooting, and the crew, of course. It was the two of us shooting. So she was prepared to see this creature come, you know. So they gave no, I knew nothing. They knew nothing. They absolutely knew nothing.
I know nothing. Oh,
No,
that's
no.
before you worked on Captain Marvel, had you worked with prosthetics and applications before?
No.
How was that
No.
for you?
For Captain Marvel, it makes you almost claustrophobic. Have you ever worn prosthetics
I
yourself?
have, yes.
Okay, so
I
like that, cool.
yeah,
Like that day, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, you know, your body is kind of freaking out a little bit, you know, because it's completely covered. And the scroll costume, yes, they glue it to your face, you know. Now, thank God, Marvel has the best of the best uh, people who do your makeup, your costumes. They know what they're doing, so they're trying to make sure your face is safe. They're trying to make sure you're going to be okay. You know, they constantly come around to check your eyes. Like did they do that for you, where they're like looking into your eyes to make sure you're still there, you know, like you're still okay, you haven't checked out or lost your mind in any way?
yeah.
So
I worked with a really good team myself. I worked on a few different characters for the LA Haunted Hayride
oh, okay.
over 2 years, and the last time, which was, time means nothing anymore, is 2019. I had I was a full speaking character, and I had the whole thing. I'll send you the pictures. It was like a alien termite kind of thing.
Okay, well, the scroll character has 6 pieces. So they always start with the skull, which is the bald cap on your real hair to cover your real hair, and then they put the cap on. Then there's like a mask across your face, and then it's like a jawline, like, so it's like your bottom lip, the jaw, and then there's the neck décolleté area, and then there's the 2 ears that are each placed on. And once they put it on, they literally patch it all together to blend it so that it looks like it's all one piece, but it's technically a piece. Once you, I mean, it's several pieces. Once you put it on, then they have to spray paint and actually do all the detail to it to highlight all the, like, because there's like tattoos of like, I guess you would call them freckles, so to say, or like, you know, just kind of like detail in the actual skull, because it's like a synthetic, it's like a rubbery type of texture.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to describe it. They did tell us the proper name when we were shooting Captain Marvel. I'm sorry, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years since. I never thought I'd do that again. I did, and I was literally sitting in the chair like I can't believe I'm actually doing this again. But once you get used to it, like especially in Marvel days, Captain Marvel, I would go to sleep. I would literally go to sleep as Lori, and I would wake up as this green character. Yeah.
Oh, that I did that. I did that too a few times. There was another. I played this really cool character in the Nickelodeon show Henry Danger, where I was like a man beast. I'll send you that picture too. It's on my Instagram. But they did the whole. I looked like sort of a Charlie Manson kind of guy with a huge beard and very thick eyebrows and the whole thing. And I had a little cat nap while they were doing their thing in that chair too. But that I do love working with the applications and the prosthetics because it just it instantly changes your entire essence. Like the moment you open your eyes and you see yourself in the mirror with that whatever you've become, it changes everything. You feel a different voice coming, you feel a different air about yourself.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah. You're instantly in character no matter what. No matter what. Because I remember Talos in Captain Marvel, he would break character. He was like a jokester. He liked to sing a lot. He would sing like a lot of he would sing like a lot of 70s songs. It was so funny because he had such a distinguished, voice and character as his character. But as soon as they would say cut or before we would say action, he would be singing his little heart out, and he's dancing around, and there he is, this green with that, hardcore. I love this jacket, right? Let's talk about that jacket, dude.
Let's talk about it.
His whole costume was just insane. And he's like rocking out to the 70s, but then they would say, instantly go right into this, stoic king, and this great voice that he had. So it was just amazing to see him kind of juggle that. But you immediately go right into character. Immediately. You become whoever it is that you are. So no, I didn't get a title necessarily yet. I believe she's meant to be a secret, so to say. She was just kind of coming in, hey, let me come get her and take her where I'm taking her, because I'm pointing up obviously to the universe. I'm taking her and let's go. So they'll pick up from there where I'm going to go from there.
To be continued in Captain Marvel 2. And I'm sure you'll be getting that next call in another year. Okay.
Yeah. So I found out something. I have a little bit of juicy information, and you're the first.
Yes, exclusive. Here we go.
I got a phone call just before I came on, and it's another like super Marvel fan. Okay. And she's just like, hey, I Googled your name for Marvel, and she said your name came up. My name came up as Lori Livingston, but she was the Dirty Dozen from the comic book era in the 1970s.
Whoa.
Her name, she was literally with Nick Fury. She was like tied in with him. Somehow, I believe the Skrulls might even been in that place too, because I had to see it really quick before I got on with you. And she literally looked almost identical to me as a human being now. The only difference was her hair is blonde. Like we have the exact same hairstyle, but her hair is blonde. And her name is Lori Livingston.
And this character is already part of Marvel lore? Holy bananas.
Since the 70s. Now get this, I was born in the 70s. I know.
Oh my God.
I know. And she's totally tied to Nick Fury. Totally tied to Nick Fury. And her name is spelled Laurie Livingston. Now I'm Lori. But right. Mind blown. And we look, the character, when you see the character, we have almost the exact same hair. Like I literally already had my hair done like this today. My hair was already done because I was getting ready, for interviews. I have 2 more interviews after this. So I was getting ready. And this friend, the lady who's going to interview me tonight, she was doing her research and she found all that information. The character almost looks just like me. And her name is Lori Livingston. She is the Dirty Dozen, the comic book of Marvel, and she is with Nick Fury.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm doing immediately after this interview. I'm jumping all the way down into that rabbit hole because that is incredible. That is amazing, Lori. Wow. And you know that Marvel already had that in mind when they brought you on because they got just, I mean,
yes.
Oh God, that's so cool.
Nothing just happens in the Marvel universe. Like everything
that's right.
directly linked. Like everything makes sense. Like when I say to Captain Rambeau, someone wants to meet you, well, that someone rescued me in Captain Marvel.
Right.
Do you know? Everything is, so pay attention. Like they're telling a story that isn't just happening. Like someone's not just sitting around thinking, okay, well, let's just try this. No, everything has a rhyme, a reason, and a true connection. It all works and blends together. So to stumble upon that information about that 1970s comic, and her name was Lori Livingston, and wait till you see her hair, you're going to flip out. Like the only difference is her hair is blonde and my hair is black, but we have the exact same hairstyle that I have right now. She has, the cartoon hat.
By the way, your hair looks amazing.
Thank you.
It's really good.
I'm finally growing my hair back after 10 years. Yeah, finally. I want to have hair now. So, and now Marvel, of course, has to wear my hair the way it is. So I have to, keep it, but I love it.
Of course. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Wow. I am, so how excited are you to work with Sam Jackson?
Again. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that it will be sooner than later. He's super cool. I've run into him. We have a mutual friend, so I've run into him in Hollywood already. And I just look forward to telling him, because he actually tried to give me speaking lines in Captain Marvel. So in the scene where he's rescuing the Skrulls and he's getting into the spaceship and we're kind of escaping, he literally has a gun in his hand as he's doing that. And he hands me the gun and he says, "Who can shoot this?" And I say to him, "I can." And he hands me the gun. So he was trying to help me get lines, and Marvel kind of, no, we're not going to do that. And they cut that scene. The scene was cut, which was fine. The scene was cut. But yeah, and we actually did shoot where he did hand me. Now, he doesn't know it was me because I was in green prosthetics. But I wanted to get back to him and let him know, hey, I'm the girl that you were handing the gun to, and potentially giving me a chance at that time to speak. So I actually look forward to running into him again. It will be a great reunion. It will be an awesome reunion. Yeah. That's actually the goal right now, is to meet and to work with, Nick Fury, the Nick Fury, Sam Jackson.
Oh my God. And there are so many other opportunities too, where your character could for sure be a part of it, because we've got Secret Invasion. Oh my God. You got to be, I mean, if they don't put you in that, I'm writing an angry letter, because that would be perfect. And all the other places too. Hopefully, I mean, I'm crossing all my appendages that you get to show up in, everything, honestly. I mean, for the rest of for the rest of the MCU, that would be incredible.
We'll see what happens. They don't give us, like I said, they purposely don't give us a lot of information, because they don't want things to get leaked out. When I was in character shooting for Wandavision, I was in a cloak, like I was covered.
Like the Masked Singer. They just
I was completely covered. I was hidden.
With the tag that says "Don't talk to me," the whole thing.
Yeah, like completely, like everything is so top secret. Like Marvel, I believe Marvel can shoot an entire movie right under your nose and you'll never know it.
And they have
I,
many times.
yeah,
There
yeah.
was I'm trying to think. There was something that they were trying extraordinarily hard to keep under wraps, just right around the corner from me, because they shoot stuff on Vineland all the time, and I'm close to Vineland, and I think it may have been something for one of the upcoming shows, and I was doing
Yep.
binocular eyes, trying to
Oh yeah.
see what I could
And
see.
still the fans, I believe they're really on it. Like there have been drones. There have been drones that were kind of spy around. Like when we shot specifically Captain Marvel, there were literally drones. Like they would tell us, like, hey, don't go outside right now. We would have to stay indoors on the studio set. Don't go outside right now because there's drones out there, and they're trying to capture any picture that they can find. And a lot of times we don't even know we've gotten our picture taken. We're just kind of on set
Yeah,
doing what
you're
we have.
doing your work. Yeah.
You have no idea someone took your picture from a distance. You never know.
Yeah.
So they're good at keeping it secret. So I don't know much. I would love to tell, but I can't. I literally don't know much myself. Or do I?
That's dun dun dun. We'll talk much more after this. Um, so obviously this is, I mean, this is huge in your life, but you're also working on a lot of other things. You've been doing a lot more modeling. I know during quarantine time, in between waiting to reveal this huge secret, and having a lot of success with that. And I see your posts on Instagram all the time, and just a lot of really cool, unique, incredible looks. So is there a company or like a photographer that you would like to model for that you haven't yet?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know that I was a professional model before all of this. So I was over in Paris, France. I was in London. I did New York Fashion Week. Like I've literally modeled with all the top designers in the world for years. So I've mastered everything I wanted to do as a professional model. I have. So this is kind of like that next obvious step. You just move to the next thing. You kind of keep growing and evolving. And I didn't expect it to be Marvel, of course, but hey, that's not a bad step to have. But I've done it all as a model. Like literally, I modeled for Iman. I was a big model for her.
Wow.
Oh yeah, for years. And she and I, we still are connected in that way. But I don't model for her anymore. But she still knows who I am. I modeled for Badgley Mishka, Zhang Toy, Peter, Valentino. Oh my gosh, Valentino. Just you name them. Like I usually have people just tell me. I'm like, yeah, model for him. Yeah, model for them.
Wow.
I modeled for Twiggy, the supermodel Twiggy. I was her model for a while.
Uh-huh.
I've modeled for every major name, major brand that there is. I've done it. And I spent like 2 years over in Paris, France. I lived there for 2 years and was gonna stay. I thought I was gonna live there forever, but I guess God had other plans to bring me back to Hollywood. I would have never came back. I wasn't planning on coming back. I was gonna live there. So, but I came home and picked up my career here. It's been a lot, as you know. It's not an overnight success. It's not something that you just kind of show up on TV and then it just happened that way. You've been working at this for a long time. You know that. We do a lot of odd jobs, a lot of
Oh yeah.
rejection. You know how
Yep.
that is.
It
That was
it it takes many years to have an overnight success.
Yes, at least what, 10, 20 now? Is that about
That's,
the
I mean, I'm going on nearly 20 in the industry at this point. Yeah.
don't give
So,
up. Don't give up. Seriously. It's you never know what's gonna do it. Like my break with Marvel was so unorthodox. It wasn't your traditional, your agent sent you somewhere and you got the call and it wasn't that at all. Like I said, they came looking for me based on a background job, a featured background job. That does not happen. And if you know anything about background, of course, they're going to tell you, well, you're not going to get famous doing background and they're not
I
going to see.
do. And I've heard that
They tell you that, you
A
know, and
million
for the
times.
most,
Yeah.
they're right. For the most, it's true. For the most, it's true. But in my case, it was the stark opposite. Like it was everything that they said was not going to happen, happened. Everything happened.
But there are so many elements that go into that, utmost of which is your professionalism on set and your dedication to the role, your stoicism, your power in it. In you know, there were all those scrolls on set. There were a lot of background on set, but you have to exhibit a certain amount, no matter what you're doing, even if you're, in the fourth level of the background, nibbling on a pear or whatever it is. From, you know, uh, there's those elements of right place, right time, and there's also that element, that essential element of professionalism and being, you know, doing your work, but also doing it with such an energy that people remember you, and then you get that call. So all of that works in tandem with each other, and sometimes it works out to the, to the topmost level where it has happened for you. And I'm exceptionally overjoyed and excited for everything that, I mean, you're killing it on every level. You really are. And I am I am excited to know you. I'm excited to thank you so much for joining me to share all of this with me. I know you have other interviews to get to today. Thank you so much for letting me to be your first on what I'm sure is going to be a long
First,
of,
yes.
yeah. I'm going to try to get this out as fast as humanly possible, before, everyone beats me to the punch. But Lori, I'm so full of questions that this could go on for 3 more hours, but uh, please share with my listeners where they can find you on social media, and if they so wish to hire you, who they should talk to about that.
Well, I'm Lori Livingston on, I keep my name uniform across the board. So it's Lori Livingston, every platform. I always say I'm the only Black one, so you can't miss me. It's not a typical Black name. Let's just be honest. So, but Lori Livingston on Instagram. I'm on TikTok, Lori Livingston -11. I'm on Facebook. If anybody's still doing Facebook anymore, I kind of keep it for the family. That's like for my grandma, my family. So, but it's Lori Livingston. You can't miss me. I try to keep the same profile picture as well, so that it's like, okay, that's the same girl. I try to make it easy for you. I try, especially now.
That's smart.
Website, Lori Livingston, same thing. Like once you Google my name, all this stuff will start coming up. My picture.
You're everywhere.
Yeah. So, and oh, I'm in the Marvel Wikipedia. Did I send it?
You send it to me, and that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yes. It's
you are officially official. Yes. Yes. And you know what though? They, on that wiki entry, they have, it's the information for your WandaVision appearance, but they don't list the Captain Marvel appearance. So I'm going to have to find like the administrator and make sure that they add that, because of course the whole idea of the wiki is to be, as copious as possible.
and back to, of course, like we were talking about, the agency not giving us a good deal in terms of who we were and what we contributed to that movie. So in a sense, they may not decide to do that just because I wasn't a featured star. They may not, but
that seems ridiculous and crummy to me, honestly. And you are, just as you shared with me, you are exceptionally important to to the entire lineage of Captain Marvel and what we're going to continue to see in Phase 4, because not only from your appearance in WandaVision, obviously that opens up what we're going to see on the Sword Station and with Nick Fury and all of the stuff going on with all of the Skrulls and who else is a Skrull, and that opens up to Secret Invasion. And again, I could go on for another 4.5 hours, but this is, I mean, this is your...
Buckle up.
I'm buckled. I am buckled.
It's about interesting. Like, Marvel is going so big. You know, they're going above and beyond what they've done before, because we're streaming now. It's not, you don't have to wait to go to the movies anymore. It's streaming, and we're all intertwined. The movies, the streams, everything is all intertwined now. So buckle up, because they're not playing. Marvel has a lot in store for you. Like, your sensory overloads are gonna be through the roof.
They already have. I went through the entire emotional roller coaster watching WandaVision, you know, and I mean, geez, poor Wanda.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Wanda. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Give her a break.
It's too much. At this point, you just want Vision to be like made a human, just fix whatever's wrong, bring him back. Come on, you know. So,
jeez. Yeah. There's still so much to unfold, and I can't wait to see it. And we've got Falcon and Winter Soldier now coming up in a couple weeks already, and that's,
we're getting started. Yeah,
you know, they've underplayed it. I mean, of course, they've had all the teasers and the trailers and stuff, but in all the footage that I've seen of that show, they've really underplayed it. I think we're going to see some things in that show that are going to be so mind-blowing. It's gonna throw us right off our chairs, because of everything that WandaVision, it was so spectacular on every single level. And I think that they are downplaying. They know exactly what they did for all us nerds in WandaVision. And I think they're downplaying this next show. And they're gonna punch us right in the face. And I can't wait for it.
Sensory overload.
Yes.
Sensory overload, for real. Like, by the time you guys are like done with all the series, like, you're just going to be like lethargic. Like, they're not playing. Marvel is seriously hitting everybody. Like, as soon as you recover from one, you're like knocked down by the next thing. So yeah, just brace yourself. There's a whole lot more coming, and it's not going to stop. It's just going to keep coming. So here we go.
I'm buckled. My tray table's in an upright locked position. I'm ready to fly right into the next thing. Lori, you're amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the ride. Have an excellent time with your upcoming interviews, and keep me posted. We'll talk again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Remember, you can follow me, as always, across all the places at Devlin Wilder. That's DEVLINWILDER. And Faux Real at Faux Real Pod. That's FAUXREALPOD. That's it for this one. See you on the next one.